Welcome to York View, an up-close look at York County. In this program, we will learn about volunteers and some of the important jobs they do for the county.
Furry's dog isn't blue at all.
Up first, if you haven't visited a York County library lately, you don't know what you're missing. From job search tools to a grants database, the library today isn't just about books.
We have a few non-traditional library programs. One of them that we like to highlight is the Pause to Read program, and that's to help children and young people learn to read better. And this program is hosted here at the Tab Library, usually once a month, and therapy dogs come here, and children can read stories to the dog, and this helps the kids with their reading skills. It makes them comfortable because the dogs are non-judgmental, the dogs are not correcting them, and it helps the dogs because the dogs need continuing education credits to remain certified. So it works both ways. It helps the children that come here build their reading skills, and it also helps the dogs and their owners get the credentials they need to continue their professional lives as therapy dogs.
What is another name for the mud people?
C2.
Officer Delinko.
In the digital age, I've been asked many times, with the internet, aren't libraries going out of business? With the e-readers, the Nooks and the Kindles and the iPhones and the iPods, aren't the libraries going out of business? And I'll say, no, we're not. If anything, we are more popular than ever. And my statistics show for both libraries, we have over 20,000 visitors a month coming to our facilities using our resources.
It's a safe place, and there's no tarantulas, poison ivy, green Martians, killer bees, germs, or sharks.
For the homeschoolers and private schools here in York County, and for early childhood educational programs, the daycare centers, we are the library for those institutions. And I'm happy that we have outreach services that go to some of the daycare centers. I'm really happy that we're providing library service to students that aren't otherwise enrolled in York County School Division. And we're also in partnership with York County School Division for their virtual high school. And that's for students that for whatever reason they can't make it to campus. They can take their classes and attend the class online via a library computer. Tumble Books is another one of our digital online resources. It's provided to us from the Library of Virginia, and they're digitized children's books that you can click on, Tumble Books, and they're children's books where you can read it on the computer or the computer will read it to you. And it also has interactive games. It's really good for students that need help reading, to help them see the word, identify the words, articulate the words, because they can hear what's the pronunciation online. In the fall of 2010, we became partners with the Virginia Workforce Development Network, and we're what we call a SNAP Center here at the Tab Library. Yorktown Library can help people find jobs online, but for more in-depth job skills, writing resumes, writing cover letters, hands-on help with filling out applications, you can come to the Tab Library on Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 to 2, and we have a librarian on staff that is skilled and trained in helping people develop their resume writing and cover letter skills. One of our latest online resources that's available for in-house use only at the Tab and Yorktown Libraries is a database called Grants Domain. And that's where you can come to the library and research grant support for all sorts of programs, projects, and subject matters. Instead of having thousands of print volumes to pour through, you can log in at the library, do a keyword search, and it'll pull up corporate givers, it'll pull up foundations, and it'll also pull up federal and state programs that are available for whatever project that you're seeking funding for. One thing I got to say, grant funding is not magic. You're not going to come to the library and do a keyword search on whatever your subject is and immediately find money. You're going to find information on how to get that grant. You're going to get instructions on how to apply for it, but there is work in applying for a grant. So I don't want people to think that they're going to come here and instantaneously find grant money. But we do have the resources, we do have the leads to help citizens find the grants that they're looking for. One thing, the York County Library is responsible for maintaining and developing the county law library. And that used to be all paper. It used to be federal code, state code, and all the numerous updates that went along with that. But now we subscribe to a product called LexisNexis. It's a law library database, updated 24 hours a day, and a wonderful resource. The LexisNexis database is geared for a lawyer to use, but laymen can use it, can access it. If you're a lawyer that's just opening your office, or you're a law student and for whatever reason don't have access to the LexisNexis from home or from your school, you can come to the public libraries and access this untapped resource, if you will. My professional motto is bringing people and information together, and it does. It's very rewarding. People still like books. I still like books, but we have moved into the digital age, and the digitized information and library resources will continue to develop. I remember in 1999 when the internet really took off and everybody had access to it, that libraries were going out of business because information was now online. Well, not everything that's online is correct. One thing we can guarantee at the public library, the reference resources that we do have digitized and online, they're accurate. It is legitimate information, and we have trained professionals here that can help you do your research. The 21st Century Library is an information center. We're not just about books, we're about information, and there are a lot of our information resources that go underutilized, but we have them, and they're accessible in the library as well as from home or office, but it's all based on your library card.
Good night, dog. What a colorful day we had.
Of course, if you're still looking for books, the library still has plenty of those. To find out more, stop by your local library or visit the library website at yorkcounty.gov and select Libraries. Stay tuned for more York View. After the break, we'll look at one of the county's most important resources. We'll be right back.
Oh, jackpot.
Hello, I'm Sheriff Danny Diggs. What you have just seen is occurring all too often in our community. Your sheriff's office is on patrol 24/7, but we can't be everywhere all the time. That's why we need your help to reduce this very preventable crime from occurring. Thefts from motor vehicles have spiked dramatically in our area and constitute the #1 reported crime. In almost every one of these incidents, thieves are checking cars for unlocked doors. Once they find an unlocked vehicle, they rummage through looking for valuables.
Oh, sweet, a gun.
Simply locking your vehicle doors at all times will remove this opportunity, as most thieves do not want to break glass and attract attention. Removing valuables from view will also help remove the temptation to steal. While York County remains a safe place to live and work, we should all take basic precautions to help eliminate or reduce the opportunity for crime to occur. Please feel free to contact the Sheriff's Office Crime Prevention Unit with any questions on additional ways you can help prevent crime in your community.
Welcome back. York County is lucky to have many residents that are willing to donate both their time and expertise to improve our quality of life. Last year, 2,283 volunteers worked for the county. Some of the jobs they perform may surprise you, as you'll see in this next story.
Do you know?
Hi, I'm Shirley DeVant. That's all right. That's all right. When I volunteer, that means I can do it on my own terms, and I can do it when I want to. That's why I volunteer. It's just fun to interact with people who love learning. Can you tell if plants you put in earlier survived? Plants put in last year and year before? Oh, excellent. I enjoy learning, and I like to see other people learn. And people like learning about nature, and they're always surprised when they learn something. And I like to see that aha moment in their eyes. And they say, oh my, I didn't know that. Or, oh my, I've never seen that bird before. I've been birding out here for several years, and I learn something new every time I come out here. It's not unusual to see a rare bird out here, especially down at the creek. We'll see a Wilson snipe or a clapper rail pop out of the marsh there, and that's exciting. You know, it gets people excited when they see a bird they've never seen before. This park is different. I've seen activities here at the park increase because of the bird club's involvement and the master naturalist involvement here at the park. Hopefully we brought some new people to the park that maybe would not have experienced the park before. The park staff here at New Quarter Park are just super in terms of engaging the public, reaching out to organizations that can provide learning and nature opportunities for the public. And when you come to them with a suggestion, the answer is always yes. Say, yes, we can do that. This is one of the bluebird boxes they got spread around the park. Let's see if anybody started putting any nest activity in here before. So, oh my gosh, looks like the bluebirds have started putting nest material in here. I enjoy participating and giving back to the community so that other people can enjoy what I have come to enjoy. I want to make other people aware that the great resources we have locally in our county, York County, at the park, and it's fun to just bring people along and teach them about nature. And that's one of the things that I want to do as I continue to volunteer, is to make people aware of what's happening in our natural environment, in our community. There's a lot going on in our community, and people should be aware of what the changes are that's going on in our community. This thing is really root bound.
I'm going to try to just, get it close. That's the idea. You don't want to have to go for the ace every time. I do it because I want to learn to improve my game, and I like being out and outdoors, and I like working on the course because it's a beautiful course, and I love hearing feedback saying, oh man, what a great course. Get a little bit of pride there, because that's what we do, disc golfers. We go all over the planet playing these different courses. And when people come here, I want them to think about me and this place. I want to say, man, that was a great time. I guess it is work, but I don't think about it like that. And you just want to get as close as you can to it. What would I like to do if I was out here playing? What would make the course that much better, and if I can contribute to that, then I figure it'll come back to me somehow. You just find a target. I usually pick out a chain link or something in there, and I just stare at it, and then you just throw, and blam, you hold out. And it is about me, and it ain't. It's more like for the sport as well, and that's one of the things we kind of dedicated to the club. How the hell our constitution is to improve the game and spread the word, so people know about it. I got a piece of it. I'd say in Southeast Virginia, it's probably the top-rated course. It is one of the nicest ones, in the state. I would say in the top 5, easily. It's a very challenging course, and I will say that, my club, the guys I play with and that are members of my club, they've all gotten better because of this course. When we originally set it up, we had 2 sets of tees and 1 set of pins where we can move the baskets. Now we have 2, so we got 8 different layouts we can play now rather than just the 4 we had before. We've been here 4 or 5 years now, and it feels like we can still do quite a bit together. You get that? I want a copy of that thing.
Do you need information or maps or anything? Sign our guest book if you don't mind. Everything in the gallery is done by local artists, and we're all volunteers. Anything to go back into the community, I think it's a service that everyone should take a part of. Myself, along with 30 volunteers, think Yorktown is special, and definitely we feel that our time is useful to the county as well as it gives us something to do. She's going to be doing a couple of demonstrations here. I'm here full time. I'm here 6 days a week. 7 if there's a holiday Monday, then I'm here on that day also. But I can give you as many trolley maps as you would like. It's a lot of hours. Most of the volunteers are on once a month. I do have several that are on twice a month, and then I'm also fortunate that a couple of them will come in if there's an emergency. My parents were both active in the community, but I started volunteering when I was 13, and that was with Toys for Tots. I was active in the community before we moved here and started volunteering 15 years one place and now 10 years here at the gallery. But for 25 years, I've been a full-time volunteer somewhere. My background is art and interior design, and so that was able to carry into what I do here. At one time, I wanted to be a teacher, but that didn't happen. Instead, I opened up a flower shop, and then it gave me the opportunity to be here. You can come here, meet people from all over the world. Also, it gives you the satisfaction of helping the community, and we have a good time. For us to be together for 25 years, most of us, I guess we're having a good time. His mice are just precious. And of course, I also like the nuthatch picture, and That's probably one that might go home with me one day. In fact, we call ourselves the Gallery Gals. Just right. Yeah. And then he gets the pink copy. Right. Would you like your receipts? The funds come from the sale of the art. And so 30% comes back into the gallery, which then in turn goes into community projects, and then 70% goes to the artists. 3,961 volunteer hours, and we greeted, I would say, 13,000 people through here last year. We're all just very there for each other. Through thick and thin, illnesses, you name it. I think we really care for each other. And I think that makes a big difference, and that's what keeps me coming here. You'll lose your volunteers if they don't know you care.
You know you got to have a Virginia State license.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So I'll get it done.
Yeah. Go ahead and get that done, but other than that, you look pretty good. I have a lot of fun doing it. It's the camaraderie with the guys that we have here at the Sheriff's Office. I went to school for this. I would still be doing it if other stuff hasn't taken me in a different direction.
I'll be on traffic stop, 17 southbound, just past Goozle.
The Sheriff's Office has been great to me. I enjoy doing it. I really do. I grew up in a small town, and everybody in the town that I hung out with, they were involved in law enforcement in some way. You're good, right?
Yes, sir.
Not suspended or nothing?
No, sir.
Cool. Got to turn your lights on. I was full-time with Fairfax County PD for approximately 3 years, and then moved down to this area, and the Sheriff's Office took me on, and I've been full-time with the Sheriff's Office for 3 or 4 years, and been auxiliary since. I come out when I can make it.
The restaurant on 2nd Street?
I try to do nights just because days are difficult with my other job. 30 entrance to Grafton Station. I'd have to say a large part of it is being tapped into your community. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. The reason I pulled you over is you blew that stop sign back there. I know of a lot more going on and know what to look for in different areas. You know, if you're out shopping or something of that nature, you see things that maybe some other people may not see. The community that I live in, we just pulled you over, part of your license plate lights out. I try to look out after all the people that you see every day and you work with every day. And it's enjoyable. No, not the light, the stop sign. Back at the square. Y'all have a good evening. You better pick up. I'll call you.
In all, volunteers work 66,646 hours for the county. That is the equivalent of 32 full-time positions, saving taxpayers $1,797,000. If you would like to volunteer, call York County Parks and Recreation at 890-3500 and ask for the volunteer coordinator. That's all for this episode of York View. Hopefully you have found the program to be informative and entertaining. Remember, you can tune in to WYCG TV for all the latest in York County news, information, and entertainment. Thanks for watching. I'm Chad Evans.